In this video, I'm going to be talking about a meme coin, and this meme coin is going places. There are three factors that need to be in place for a meme coin, and this to be successful. And this meme coin has all of them.
Using Wi-Fi without NordVPN could mean sharing your private stuff with more people than you think. NordVPN. Online security starts with a click.
Is the wallet that you want to be using to keep your crypto safe. Whether you are a Bitcoin maxi or an altcoin lover, it is perfect for you. Easy to use, 3 secure elements, and integrates easily with MetaMask, Keplr, and dozens of other extension wallets. Get one now to keep your crypto safe and secure. Go to bit.ly/CryptoRichKeystone. Hi, everybody, this is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profits. I am joined once again by Miyazaki. Miyazaki is the dev behind Kendo Inu. Now, before I introduce him, please subscribe, follow me on Twitter, CryptoRichYT, join my official Telegram announcements channel. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please come and support my work on bit.ly/CryptoRich3Speak, bit.ly/CryptoRichOdyssey, also bit.ly CryptoRich Rumble and CryptoRich Podbean, because I am shadow banned. I'm brutally shadow banned on YouTube. So support me on these platforms, please, and join my Telegram group. Okay, hey Miyazaki, thank you so much for joining, for agreeing to this, right? And you have changed. You look a bit different to the last.
I'm no longer a 2D image of an AI-generated dog or a fox, as you last called it.
Right, because you said you were going to dox yourself. You have doxed yourself, right? Because last time it was just the Kendo Inu image that we have. But why did you dox yourself? Just to go over it.
Well, I wanted to do it in a more extravagant way. I had a few different ideas, but I think anybody can dox when a project's up. When things are going really, really well. And you're not worried about tying yourself to something that's really virtually forever. But yeah, so I had this plan originally, but I was thinking about it. We had a shocking day. We were in a bit of a direction last week. That's just general market stuff and whatnot. And I had this sort of epiphany that, like, again, anybody can dox themselves when things are going up, when you're in the billions, right? And it's amazing, superstar. But I think it takes real balls to be like, all right, I'm going to dox myself at the low. Right? And I'm gonna show that the conviction that I have that I'm going to take Kendo, and we all are going to take Kendo to insane levels that have been seen a very few times before. So that's why I wanted to dox. Plus, and I did this post explaining to my community, I'd never ask anyone to do something that I wouldn't do myself. And Kendo's future and Kendo's vision and everything, it's very IRL focused, like in real life focus, things you can touch, feel, and you can't be anonymous while also expecting others to go that direction and also trying to take the project there as well. So it's just a matter of time before I had the docs anyway.
Right. Okay. Well, I want to pick up on a couple of things, drill into what you've said, right, or expand on it or something. So one is what you and I talked about this is our third video on Kendo. I think it was our second video or perhaps our first video, I can't remember, is you've got a sales background. Now, I'm a worker, but I've also worked in sales and I've been really successful in sales. And covering crypto, one of the things I've discovered or learned, and it kind of makes sense, is that unless the team can have the most amazing crypto project going, but unless they're able to capture people's imagination and get the word out there, i.e. sell it to people, we ain't going to go anywhere. There must be hundreds, possibly thousands of really great crypto projects that have got no marketing or sales acumen behind them. So nobody knows.
Yeah.
So what you've said, paradoxically, is a really great sales strategy. Show conviction and your faith in the project that, listen, I know times are really rough, but I'm there, I'm with you promoting this. I'm not going to hide myself. I'm, I suppose in a way like a general might, I'm on the front. I'm in the battle with you. With the
100%. We're in this together. In the worst of times, and that's exactly what it's all about.
Yeah. And then the other thing, when you said about in real life, well, there's a certain integrity to it, which is that what Kendu's doing is developing its presence within the non-blockchain world, the legacy world in real life. Well, it kind of makes sense for you to be out there in real life as well. So
Yeah, I have to.
yeah. So that's
Yeah.
two of the things I think of the three factors that I mentioned, that I said there are three, right? One is the sales. You've got to be able to sell and market. And then the other is developing a presence. And you're doing that in the legacy world, which is quite innovative. And then the other one we'll talk about is the size. I'm sure we'll come to, well, maybe mention it now, is the size of the community. Your community is massive, given
Yeah.
where you are as a relatively unknown meme coin, you know, and I mean relative compared to Pepe and Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. Do you want to just say something about the community and perhaps give a shout out to the community and how?
Yeah, our community's so diehard. Actually, this is something that you missed. Um, and you might have to you might have to bleep this one out. Someone got Kendu Inu tattooed on their penis.
Oh my god!
For real.
Some bloke. I'm going to put a bleep in. I'll have to put a bleep in afterwards. So some bloke got Kendu Inu tattooed on their beep.
Yeah.
And wait a minute. Did they provide proof?
Yeah, he recorded the whole thing. He recorded the whole thing. It was awesome. But that's like and again, that sort of marketing as well. Like we're all about being unhinged to a point, to a point of reason. But it's all the IRL stuff, right? It's those videos. It's the viral. It's the viral stuff. Our all-time high was 280 million, right? And we got there virtually with no influencers, nothing. This is just raw community, right? And you see, and from an engagement standpoint, we are killing it, absolutely killing it. You see influencers, 5 or whatever amount of them, all jump in a space and they struggle to pull 100 people together. I go on a space and I pull 100, 150, and no influencers in the crowd. This is just raw community. We are so powerful; it's insane. Like it is really, really insane.
And the community
They're
will grow.
awesome.
And the community will grow because as Bitcoin goes up, given the stage that we're on in the 4-year cycle, other whole market will go up, and then people are going to be looking for meme coins to invest in. And I guess
100%.
so. One, just invest in, right? This is not investment advice. I'm not sponsored in any way by Kendu Inu. I found this project through a good friend of mine, and I do hold Kendu. So people should check this out for themselves or not. I invite you to check it out, but don't put in any more than you can afford to lose. There are no guarantees.
And you don't need to tattoo your penis.
You don't need to tattoo anyone.
That's not a requirement.
Oh dear. I have to put this not safe for work on this video. First time ever.
A few bleeps, it'll be all right.
Okay.
But it's great. Yeah, the community's awesome.
Now, the community have stayed with you even through the dip, right? I'm sure there's been a little bit of fall off, but the activity is still great.
Yeah.
The other thing, there's still a lot of development going on because you don't want this to just be a static token that just hangs around in an ETH wallet, right? So tell us in terms of development, engagement.
So with the benefit of hindsight, when you look at projects like SHIB, etc., what made SHIB was community, right? It wasn't tech, and it won't be. And there's actually many reasons as to why it could possibly even be its downfall, right? And I've expressed this stuff all the time. But within the Kendu ecosystem on Web3, which is where hardly anyone's going to be, right? Everybody is either out on the streets or they're going on CEXs. That's where majority of the investors are going to come. That's where majority of retail is going to be. So I've got two products, right? You got Kendu Inu, then you have the Kendu Chads NFTs, and what that does is really put us in a situation where no matter what the market does, when the NFT stuff eventually comes back, people, there's an option there. Then you've got obviously the meme coin, and you got the Kendu Chads platform. And the point of the Kendu Chads platform is because the NFT market will come back, right? And even in the worst of markets, these top NFT marketplaces have generated millions in volume on a monthly basis, which would be crazy amounts of money in cash. And my vision for that is that's all I want in DeFi, right? I don't want to swap. I don't want to do my own blockchain. I don't want to waste money. And tech is an endless fucking money furnace. It's just development on top of development on top of development, and like it's just nobody cares at the end of the day. But with the platform, that's going to help us not only is it going to help us in the bulls when there's a lot of cash coming in, because fees generated from the Kendu Chads trading platform is going to go get put into Kendu. So that'll help prop it up. And even in the most bearish of markets, because it will come, the bear market will come, maybe it's 9 months away, right? Whenever it is, in theory, we're going to be able to generate a lot of value on the NFT platform that will, again, continue to prop up Kendu and make it last rather than take money away,
So you said trading platform. This is for trading the NFTs and for buying Kendu?
Yeah, so we've got V2 of the platform. V1 live now. So that's just buying the Chads and selling the Chads.
Mm-hmm.
Very strategically, once the market picks up again, we're going to open up V2 of the platform. And then that's when you can release your own collections and mint your own collections and stuff like that. And all of that is going to be in ETH, Sol, whatever else. So again, we are bloody. There's not a sell situation for Kendu. So you're not trading on the platform in Kendu. You're really just bringing raw cash in that otherwise would not have been, and you're just injecting it straight into the chart. And then the holders of the NFTs get a percentage as well, just by owning them.
Right. And the NFTs are available now for people to buy, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And what is Kendu Chads? What's the thinking behind that?
Well, so that's just a part of our culture. Like, it's our culture is very like
laddish.
What?
Laddish? Lads.
Oh no, not like that. No, not laddish. I'd say I don't know. I can't explain. I don't know. Chads is just like, I think it's just like a funny. That's like the highest stature a man can be as a meme. You know what I mean? Like
right. Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
So you're developing this trading platform. Version 1 is live, and people can get it through kenduchads.com.
Yeah, kenduchads.com.
Okay, and then the website for Kendu Inu is kenduinu.com, and people can buy Kendu Inu off Uniswap, and it's on ERC. And you want to make sure, this is really important, there are many, many fake tokens, not copycats, not just of Kendu Inu, but of lots of other successful meme coins. Because why not? It's just a really easy way to scam people, make a copy, and ride on the coattails of somebody else's success. So what I recommend people do, go to the Kendu Inu website, and then link from there. Check that it's the correct website, check the site certificate, ideally use a VPN, nordvpn.com/cryptorich, because that VPN will check that you're not in a, a phishing website. It checks the authenticity of the website. And because otherwise, you could end up going to a Kendu Inu copy, which doesn't have the community, which doesn't have the sales acumen that Miyazaki brings to it, which doesn't have the hunger or the development that's going on, and then you've given away your ETH and your token's gone nowhere. So do watch out for that. And I'll have the links to Inu.
And even like on
website,
even like going through official channels like X and stuff is really, really good, because so we're verified as an organization. It costs me $15,000 per year, but it's worth it ultimately, because that's like the ultimate verification, right? Nobody can take that from us. No one can just make a. Not only is it expensive to do it, but people cannot take Kendu Inu and just make accounts and register it the same as we have ours. So the gold symbol, perfect, right? So if you're on socials, you're on x.com, and you see the gold tick, Kendu Inu, bang. You'll have the founder, which is myself, obviously, and just go through official channels. Don't rely on Google search and stuff like that, because people can even do stuff like SEO manipulation and all sorts of stuff. I remember in 2021 they were even doing that for for exchanges like Uniswap and Shiba Swap. I remember there was a fake Shiba Swap at the top of Google before everything else, and it was being promoted. Like they even had it as an ad.
Wow. And scammers are going to get smarter and smarter, and possibly they're going to be able to invest more as the Bitcoin price goes up and the ETH price goes up. They'll be able to invest in better copycats. So that's great. So
Yeah.
go to twitter.com. I'll have the link to Kendo Inu's Twitter handle or X handle, and from there you can link in. But even in the middle, who knows, they might capture you or whatever. So have lots and lots of protection. I use malware, Malbytes, and NordVPN, and I check the certificates, and I make sure I'm going through official sources when I want to go to a website. And what I will also do, and you can do this through CoinGecko.com, is check that the contract of any token that you're buying is the actual real contract of the genuine coin. And CoinGecko.com will allow you to do that. You need to be a little bit geeky and educate yourself, but hey, this is the new world that's emerging. So
Yeah, I think though, like, yeah, it is. It shouldn't be this way, but sadly it is. Right? You have to, and it'll never end. Like, there's always going to be people trying to fuck you over and take your money. You know what I mean? There's always someone looking to get your money.
one of the things, Miyazaki, that people have said in the past in this space, that crypto, we're creating a new world. It's not going to be like the banking world and everything right now. I'm a child protection social worker. No, it's going to be the same. It's going because wherever we are, there's human beings doing what human beings do, and human beings do good things, and human beings do bad things. That ain't ever going to change.
No, it's not going to change.
Yeah, so then we got to.
But I feel like as for me in DeFi, you can't go wrong through official channels. Like, it doesn't matter what you have, what protection you have. Ultimately, if you fuck yourself over, you're gonna let those protections down anyway. If you download a link, or if whatever you're gonna do, you're gonna screw yourself over. So always go through official channels. But I feel like, as just like society has, like, you don't really walk down the road. Actually, it does happen, but there's not people selling fake leather, like fake leather designer jackets and stuff anymore. Like the old days. It's like, but people have become privy to that in the real world. But I think that's going to happen in DeFi too. I think people are over time going to be naturally more educated. There's always going to be people that aren't. It's the same way, like, when you get telescammers and stuff like that, trying to get money out of like the elderly and whatnot. That's always going to happen. There's always going to be people that lag behind, but a lot of young people these days, they'll get those calls and they would instantly know it's a scam.
Yeah,
and I think that's the same thing that's going to happen in DeFi. People are just going to wisen up as a whole. And sadly, they're going to evolve and they're going to get more tricky. But it is what it is, right? You just have to adapt.
Just how human beings are. So, and you just got to be careful, watch out, don't put in any more than you can afford to lose. And Miyazaki and myself, we are not recommending that. No matter how devoted you are to a particular project, that you tattoo yourself. No one's asking you to do that. You've got to be responsible for that for yourself. Certainly don't want to end up tattooing a scam token.
Oh, imagine that. The wrong. Oh man,
that would not work. So be careful. Check it out. Right now, I want to go back to the Twitter Spaces, X Spaces.
Yeah.
So, how often do you do them? Why do you do them? What do you talk about? Why should somebody attend?
So I do the X Spaces pretty much every day. Hey, I think it's important. I think a massive thing about. I think a big part of it is just getting to people on like a personal level, right? Giving people the opportunity to speak and talk about concerns. Because for me, I think I'm pretty heavy-handed because I'm all about protecting everyone else's investment, right? So when I hold these spaces that are all recorded, anybody can. Majority of them are recorded. Anyone can come up, and if you have an issue, bring it up on the space. If you don't, F off. Right, like we got a job to do. I don't pander to the one person out of the thousands that's just whinging and crying and carrying on. So that's why I have these spaces. But not even for the bad, but for the good too. Everybody loves it. Get on, have fun. I think Kendo really is an escape for everybody, and that's also a thing for the space as well. It's fun.
Okay. And what do you talk about? What sort of subjects do you cover?
Oh, well, I like to do pretty much like sort of like the things Kendo. There's always something going on, right? Big or small. So I just like to cover, like, there's even in a day there's something to cover, right? So just little things throughout the day, making sure everybody's there's something cool that's happened, heard about this, or someone's bringing this out, someone's doing this. Like we finally, we've got Kendo energy drinks in a bunch of different shops in Europe and in the US now. and that's just rolling out. So little updates like that. And the thing is, Kendo is really like it's like a bit of an organism, like a living, breathing thing. Like there's so much stuff going on that is actually nothing to even do with me. You know, people are getting the energy drinks out there. People are creating products. They're running events in Thailand, in India, and I sponsored some events here in Australia. And that's what it's all about too. People come on and go and you know, give an update for what they've done as well. And that's why they're, you know, and that's also why they're so massively important too. Are you there?
Yeah, you just froze there for a second.
Yeah. I accidentally pressed my sleep button. Okay, give me 1 sec. But yeah, so they it's multitude of purposes, but it's also really good for me to catch up on what the community's been doing. They give updates to me. You know, that's how much is going on. You know, like, did you see this? Did you see that? But yeah,
there's something else, Miyazaki, as someone who, like you, has worked in sales, that's in the background of what you're saying, which is good sales and marketing is about relationship management. Like if I want to sell you something, and the only time I ever talk to you is when I want to sell you something, that's one way. The other way is I sell you something, and then I keep in touch with you, you know, in some way or whatever, provide service, keep you updated in the way that you're doing. And then when it comes to selling something else, well, there's a more of a relationship present. There's a better foundation. That's something else right? So that's good. Now, is there a fixed time you do these Twitter Spaces?
So it's 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time usually, but I'll throw one up every now and then. But usually that's typically where it will be every day. Right, 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time.
Right, which would be make it easier for people not in Australia. 11 p.m. Sydney time, and you know you can use worldtimebuddy.com to work out what the time would be in your region if you want to attend one of those, and go to the Kendo Inu Twitter. Okay, very good. And these energy drinks. Come on, energy drinks. This is just a token with a dog's face on it. Why an energy drink?
Well, it really goes in line with sort of our, you know, our strategy, right? But it is more than just that. That's just one product, and I don't want anything from these people either. So I don't ask for royalties or anything. The Kendo brand is for everybody to adapt, right? Because that's how we all win, and I think it's really good because the marketing you could do with them is so perfect. You can put them anywhere. You can put them in clubs. Me personally, I'm trying to get manufacturing started here. I want to get 100,000 of them, and then I've got friends all over Australia that are in clubs and, you know, bars and different things like that, and have really good relationships with lots of people. And I want to put Kendo Energy virtually everywhere I can. And you know, you should see the can. I actually got a can. Do you want me to show you?
Sure.
All right, so yeah, so this is the drink here. So we've got a QR code for people to scan, and then we've got all our socials here. Yeah, so it's KendoEnergy.com. The Kendo Energy is a part of our organisation on Twitter, so that's a good way to find the actual page. I think it's KendoEnergy.com. I don't know off the top of my head, but anyway, it's awesome. We have our slogan helmets on, diamond hands, you know, around the rim and all that. It's fun. And, you know, our main slogan, you know, we don't gamble, we work. And that's our sort of ethos in Kendo is, you know, we're not relying on luck. We're just going to make it happen. It's just work, right? It's just building a brand. It's like it's almost like, you know, imagine you had a company where everybody is as equally as incentivized to make it the best thing ever. And you're not paying wages. Oh, like this is my cat making a cameo. And he's a little bit famous within my community. Bueno, he's a main character. He's huge.
Cats are the best.
But yeah, it encompasses sort of everything what the community is.
Okay. And it's the same strategy that Disney used and other corporations use, except they paid for people to do it. They paid. So people are doing this off their own bat because they're not getting paid for it. But the return for them is that, well, you know, the people will
way more than a wage, possibly, right? Like it's way more than they would make, you know, making 60,000 a year as a, you know, just being a, you know, intern or whatever, right? So it's incredible. The things that people are doing are absolutely insane. And even like the mantra and or slogan that we have, we don't gamble, we work. It's actually really infectious and in people's day-to-day lives. There's a good person in our community, Dupe, who's a really good prime example. Before Kendu, he was in a bit of a slump. He just, he's a couch potato. Just didn't really know what was going on. Sorry, I'm trying to fight off my cat at the same time as doing this. That's what my arm's doing.
That's a fine. Let the cat come.
So,
Cat wants to promote Kendu Inu.
But the Kendu ethos, he's doing construction and stuff now. He wants to make more money, and it's just, and I think it's just really uplifting for everybody. It's a very unique experience. You have to sort of experience it to feel it. It's unlike anything else.
Yeah,
it really is. It's incredible.
Yeah, that's really great. Because listen to you, I'm thinking, well, what if I took on for the day as a theme for myself to keep reminding myself, I don't gamble, I work. I would be productive. I would get on with things. I'd go and tidy the kitchen. Things like that, right? Instead of scrolling through my Twitter feed or whatever, or Telegram, go and do some work. I'd work. So that's happening. That's great. Now the Kendu energy drinks. You said they're available. Which countries are they available in?
Australia, US, and some parts of Europe.
That's amazing. And this is the same people behind it, or different people doing it in different.
So there's one person that's manufacturing them in America.
Yeah.
And the other person is manufacturing them in somewhere in Europe. I forgot.
Okay, so you got the energy drinks. Anything else you want to let us know or mention?
There's a ton of viral products like this. There's There's I need to put it down again. Come on, buddy. So we've got workout. We've got Kendu coffee. People are just creating and using the brand as intended, and it's awesome. And that's been, and I could go on and on. There's someone's creating their own Kendu marijuana strain, legal. Not this isn't Silk Road stuff. This is illegal. This is a legal dispensary in in America.
Right. Okay. So then we've got what all this shows is the dedication.
Yeah.
From the community, the powerful community that's behind it. So there's three things that I think that are behind this, any successful meme coin. One is it's got to catch people. It's got to be interesting and catchy and innovative and original in some way. And I could say that Dogecoin certainly did that as the first meme coin of all. And we could say Pepe is also original, and all the others have got something for themselves. Kendu Inu, catchy, good visuals, riding on that meme coin wave, and it's got a community behind it, dedicated community, factor number 2. And the other thing is really savvy sales and marketing. And I do remember.
Well, this is another thing about Kendu, and it's even down to the name. Once you know about Kendu, you hear it every day. Can you do this? Can you do that? Yes. And it's always something you hear.
Yeah. Very good. Do the work. I can do the work. I can do this.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, I remember in our first conversation when it suddenly struck me, oh my God, you've got a background in sales. And you're just naturally doing this, just naturally promoting it and creating an environment for others to naturally promote it. So this will grow and grow and grow and grow. No guarantees. Okay. And then the other thing you mentioned were events that are happening all over.
Yeah.
Organizing those, when are they taking place? How can people find out?
Yeah, so we've got there's events in India. I think it's so Thailand, and then we've got Calcutta, and these are events that people are running. The Kendu logo and everything like that. I sponsored a few events this year, and I was doing them once every month. And those were this sponsoring. But we've got an event coming on, which is going to be our 1-year anniversary. And really, this is going to be the first official Kendu event ever, and it's going to be awesome. So it's on the 27th of February in Melbourne, Australia. And that's the date. So I got the date sorted, everything like that. I've still got a few meetings with the venue. I've got to go to Melbourne next week sometime and just play around a little bit, right? But once we have more info, it's all going to come out. And I don't know. I don't want to charge anyone for tickets, but I do have to figure out the logistics of how many people are coming.
Sure.
I need to learn that. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll do but it's got to be a Web 2 solution. because people have got to give their names and get the tickets and stuff so they can be scanned, blah 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 blah. So maybe I'll probably do it for like $5 or $10 just so I can know, because if you do it any other way, people can bot it, and that's sort of the problem that I had doing the initial Chads platform, is that people were botting the expression of interest. So before Chads was up, we had a what was it like? It was just like emojis that you could press and figure out who's keen, who's ready to go. And what I found with that is people botted it, and I think they probably thought it would have been bullish, but it's actually annoying for me because I'm actually trying to figure out how many people want this and how many people are ready, so I can launch it at the right time. That's just all part of I guess that's just part of the learning, right? But
that's one of the reasons why cryptocurrencies have transaction fees. It prevents the chain being spammed.
Yeah,
because you got to spend a little in order to do something. It prevents all sorts of nefarious activity because it costs something. Okay, all right. So that's coming up February 27th, and people can find out through the website.
Yeah, it'll be announced on Twitter, and then it'll be pushed on everything else. And but that's once it's all set in stone. Again, it's 4 months away, roughly. Yeah, so this time.
Very good, very good. Anything else you want to let us know before we finish up, Miyazaki?
Not really. I think we covered virtually everything. As of now, there's always things down the pipeline, but I like to keep things here and now. I think a massive thing for us as well is I don't like the idea of people waiting for something. I don't like the idea of nobody in Kendu is waiting for anything, right? And it's so crazy because you go anywhere else, especially in bear markets or bearish sentiment markets, people are like, oh, there's got to be something coming to save us. But the thing is, there's nothing coming to save you, right? There's only one way out, and that is to work, right? We got to work. We got to get the brand out there, build the brand up, just like a fucking business. So
great, Miyazaki. Thank you so much. Look forward to hearing from you again to find out how this is progressing. If you have any comments or questions, put them in the description below. Please share this video far and wide. And between now and when I see you next, don't gamble, do some work. Kendu Miyazaki and Crypto Rich signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.